Welcome into the 2025 Locked On Marlins live stream for the draft. I'm really excited. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. And Marlins have pick number 7. That's the big one. That's what everyone's excited to see. Welcome into the show.
You are Locked On Marlins, your daily podcast on the Miami Marlins. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, guys. Locked On Marlins. I'm your host, Jeremiah Geiger. I've been podcasting about the Marlins for a while now. This is my first time doing a live stream for the MLB draft. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this one. Today's live stream is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. This is going to be a while. This is going to be super fun. Yeah, Fish on First is doing a stream over there. Appreciate it, Brian. I'm doing a stream here on the Locked On Marlins channel. And this is a big draft for the organization. You know, you had last season that was the first draft with Frankie Pilieri as the new director of amateur scouting, that with Peter Bendix as the president of baseball operations. And it didn't really go exactly how I hoped it would have. PJ Morlando surprised me, him being the first round pick. And then you have Carter Johnson with the second round pick. And I had high hopes for him. I really liked the selection, but just he hasn't performed up until now. And of course, there's time to turn it around. But this is a huge opportunity for the Marlins because you have pick number 7. You're in a position to get, a real stud at a premium position, whether that's at shortstop. I'm looking at Eli Willits, JoJo Parker, Billy Carlson Jr., those three, and Seth Hernandez. Those are who I'm really looking to target if I'm the Marlins right now. Seth Hernandez, to me, is a slam dunk if he falls to 7. Will he fall? I lean no. And we're going to find out in a little bit. I'm watching the MLB Network stream, so that's the one I'll be following along with and giving updates. But who do you guys want? Let me know in the chat. Who do you guys want? Brian. What's up, Brian? He wants Billy Carlson. So he is a two-way player, but he's not going to pitch at the next level. I'm going to make that clear. He's a shortstop. That's his best tool is his defense. He's got an elite glove. Probably going to be a gold glove winner one day when he makes the major leagues. Like, the dude is a stud defensively out of Corona High School. They're a powerhouse too. Seth Hernandez, who's on the top of my list. That is the guy I want if he's available. They all go to the same school. So, if you're a high school ball player and you want to make the major leagues, it looks like Corona is the place to go. He reminds you of Caba with the glove. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Just elite production defensively. This is a draft stream, so of course we're going to talk plenty of prospects, plenty of guys who we want to see the Marlins target, live reactions, everything like that. But of course, today's game was pretty awesome too. Kyle Stowers, 5 for 5. He did not go to Corona, but he could have fooled me the way he was hitting. 5 for 5, 3 bombs. What a way to cap off the first week or the first half of the season and go into the All-Star break. This is a big day. The Marlins, Yuri Perez, 7 shutout innings, career high in innings. He's awesome. Last 18 innings over 3 starts, 6 hits, 1 run, 21 strikeouts. I told you guys, be patient. The slow start was going to happen. And Kyle Stowers, if anybody tells you that he's not deserving of an all-star selection, then just refer them to the Kyle Stowers day. 5 for 5, 3 bombs. Nobody could stop him. Literally nobody. This draft, Marlins bonus pool. So they have a lot of bonus pool money. They are sixth in all of baseball in the allotment. They have $15,187,400 for their draft picks. So there's flexibility here. They're not limited to just, one or two splash signings. They have the resources financially to sign everybody from their class. I'm interested to see how this process goes. So they have pick 7, and let me see here. I'm pulling up the rest of their picks. I wrote it down, but 740, I believe. Let's see, 40, 43. It's on the description. I don't know why I don't just pull it up right here. Let's see. Yeah, 7, 43, 46, and 78 during day 1. So that's a first-round pick, a comp pick, a second-round pick, and a third-round pick. So this live stream, we're going to have a lot of fun discussing, who do we think is going to go here, especially at 7. This is the big leadoff is who's going to go at 7, because that is a top 10 pick. This is where you can go get your blue chip prospects. Lots of mock drafts. Let me pull up the latest mock draft from Jim Callis and his counterparts. He just released a latest one. They got their final projections. So they're in their final projections. That's where I'm leaning. He has Seattle going 3 to see, or he has Seth Hernandez going 3 to Seattle. He has the Marlins going to select a college bat, Aiva Arquette. Now that's Jim Callis. Mayo, the other guy, has us getting Billy Carlson. Arquette, I do like, and I wouldn't be upset with the pick. I personally would rather go with one of the 3 shortstops. So the way I'm looking at it is, if any of those 3 shortstops, Eli Willits, JoJo Parker, or Carlson, are available and Seth Hernandez is off the board, you make your selection. And the way I rate them, I go Willits 1, Parker 2, Carlson 3. And, Aiva Arquette, I would be okay with selecting him if those guys are gone. He's my top-ranked college bat that I would like to see on the Marlins. Here's the thing, right? Ike Irish. Let's talk about Ike Irish for a little bit. Ike Irish was probably the best all-around hitter in college baseball, just hitting standpoint. And there's a lot of talk that maybe he goes into the top 10, signs under slot. He wouldn't be an awful pick. And there's people that are going to disagree with me, but I'm not going to sit here and be super upset if we get Ike Irish. Brian, yeah, Ike Irish is decent. He's a good hitter. He's a really good hitter. And what I like about Irish is he's going to accelerate through the system rather quickly. He's going to be a guy that I would expect to debut the latest 2027. So that's why you have, a lot of people, for example, saying, "Oh, the Angels. Maybe Irish goes to the Angels." That's what I've seen, which is nuts to me because they're sitting at number 2. I don't think he's worthy of a top 2 selection, but they could cut under slot and sign Irish. I'm interested to see where he goes this draft. Yeah, really exciting time. I do have to hit the ad read real quick. Stay with me. And this is the only ad read this entire live stream. Other than that, we're just going to be talking ball. It's going to be a fun time. So I'm going to do that right, and then right after this, back to more draft content. We've all been there, logging on early and waiting for those concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping, and that's where Gametime comes in. Gametime makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to Gametime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. If you're one of those ticket buyers that want to see exactly what your seat is going to be, then Gametime's the app for you. They offer panoramic seat views, and another aspect of Gametime is the all-in pricing. You see exactly what you're going to pay at checkout. There's no extra hidden fees. Take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Back to the live stream. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be here for a while. It's a live stream 2025 draft. I'm super excited for this. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts when it comes to, this team. Where do you want them to go? Brian, Merrick Houston, if he's at 7, he might be there. I expect Merrick Houston to be there. I like Merrick Houston also. I put him below Aiva Arquette, but I don't think I would draft him just to go underslot. This is one of those drafts you take the best player available, especially with the amount of bonus pool money you have. Stronghold says, no way Willits gets to us at 7. I don't know, Stronghold. There's a chance he does. It really depends on what the Nationals do and the Rockies do, in my opinion. Because in my mind, I'm looking at this draft, and I think you got Holliday go 1. Number 2, you're going to go Liam Doyle maybe with the Angels. That's what it's looking like at this point. Hernandez could go 3. There's a chance he falls. He's a prep righty. Now, if the Rockies go shortstop, do they go Willits? Do they take a college bat? I'm not sure. Then you have here's the other 2 teams right ahead of the Marlins. You have the Cardinals and the Pirates. And to me, it feels like whatever team just kind of takes a prep shortstop first, the rest are going to follow right behind them. So if the Cardinals like Willits, they're grabbing Willits. But I've seen the Pirates really like Carlson. So Carlson could go 6. Maybe the Cardinals go with Parker. And then there's Willits at 7 for you. So it's just a wait and see game. But that's who I'm hoping for. Really excited to find out who we're going to have. Last year, Marlins were at 16. That was kind of rough because Cam Smith was drafted right before the Marlins were on the clock. And now Cam Smith is tearing it up in the big leagues. How huge would that have been for the Marlins? Cam Smith had fallen and the Cubs didn't select him, but they did. That's the thing. You can't leave things to chance. AJ, let me pull this up here. You don't know enough about Carlson. Carlson, well, he was a two-way player. Brian is right. He said that earlier in the stream. Two-way player through 97 on the mound. But what really sticks out to me is his glove at shortstop. I mean, silky smooth defense there. Probably going to slide in to shortstop and just contend for gold gloves at some point. The bat is a little bit behind the glove, but it's not glaring. I don't see any huge question marks when it comes to, is Carlson going to be like a 190 hitter, just plays elite defense? No, he's going to hit. It just depends on, how much he's going to hit, because Willits and Parker both have, higher ceilings offensively, I think, than Carlson. But Carlson's glove is better than Willits and Parker, if that makes sense. Yeah, Yuri and Stowers, class act, man. They were on fire today. Yuri, 7 shutout. Kyle Stowers, 3 homers, 5 hits. It was incredible. We're right about to make our first selection here. Let's see. Rob Manfred's doing his announcements. I don't know. Here's my guess. I think you got Nationals. I think they're going to go Ethan Holliday. They're not going to overthink it. They're going to go Holliday. I think you have the Angels, Liam Doyle, maybe Cade Anderson. If Cade Anderson falls to the Mariners, do the Mariners take Cade Anderson? I don't know. But I think it's going to go number 1, Ethan Holliday. That's my prediction. Number 2, I think the Angels, I'm going to go Liam Doyle. I think they like him because that fastball is so crazy. 100 miles an hour, and they want to just develop and rush him up there. But it wouldn't shock me if they go Anderson. Beyond that, it's anybody's guess what the Marlins do at 7. They could shock the world, guys. They could shock the world and do something crazy, and you're going to get my unfiltered reaction. Nationals are on the clock. Nationals are on the clock. Let's see. I'm going to try to share my screen here so we can look through this mock draft together as the Nationals are going to make their selection. Stronghold. You think the Nats are going to take Willits? Holliday is going to be so expensive, but do you really let that stop you from making that selection? I don't know. I also, this mock draft with Jim Callis and Jonathan Mayo, they have the Nationals going Cade Anderson at number 1. Oh, if Holliday falls to Miami, how would I react to it? I'm going to freak out. That would be the biggest draft selection in years for this team. That would be huge. I would be ecstatic. That would be awesome. Let me see. Let's see if I can share this mock draft here. Let me see. Screen share. The Nats are going to be frightening as soon as next year. I thought they were going to be a dark horse to make the wild card this season, and it just hasn't clicked for them. I don't know why. They have a core with James Wood, C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore's an all-star now. They have a good young core. It's just they haven't built upon the success from a couple seasons ago. Remember, they had that 50-loss season, and then they won 71 games, and then what happened last year? Just 71 games. They're just staying in the same cycle. They're not getting better. Yeah, they do lack starting pitching, AJ. Stronghold, Nats might pick Cade if they feel they can't keep Gore because of money. I think they're going to pick, I don't know. What do you think? Like when I think of a prototypical slam dunk number 1 overall pick, it's Ethan Holliday, but Cade Anderson's right there too. Like, if I'm the Nats, this is a hard decision, but I'm still rolling with Holliday. I think the upside's crazy. Breezy, what do you think our record will be at the end of the season? I don't know. I think we can win 70 games. I think we can win under 75 games. If we finish 73, 74 wins, I'm ecstatic. That's my realistic scenario that I have. But, man, I just want this team to win. I want this team to win. I'm tired of the losing, you know? Tired of the losing. Tired of people kind of mocking the Marlins and this fan base. The Marlins are in a new era of baseball, and they're going to start proving a lot of people wrong. Going to prove a lot of people wrong. Here we go. Nationals. 1 minute till their selection. Come on. Big decision. Let me see here. The last first overall pick for the Nationals was a guy named Bryce Harper, and then Steven Strasburg was right behind him. Yeah, I think they're going to take Holliday. I do think they're going to take Holliday. I don't see why they would pass over this guy. Like, he checks all the boxes you want. Now, Cade Anderson, yeah, he's a good pitcher. He's a good college arm. He's a great college arm. But do you pass over a dude that's the son of Matt Holliday, the brother of Ethan Holliday, or the brother of Jackson Holliday, and just has potentially better tools than Jackson Holliday? Like, That's where you got to make up your mind here if you're the Nationals. Our last first overall pick was Adrian Gonzalez. Was that the first overall pick back in 2000, early 2000s? Here we go. Rob Manfred. Making the selection. Wow. Eli Willits. Eli Willits. They got him. They passed on Holliday. Eli Willits is a Washington National. Wow. 17 years old. Okay, now what does Holliday do? Where does he go? Does he go to the Angels? Do the Angels get Holliday? Does he go to the Rockies? Do you pass on a talent like Jackson Holliday? Because the Nationals are going underslot right now. He's so good. He's really good, but number one overall, that's surprising. I saw some mock drafts, guys, where they had Eli Willits going first overall, and I was a little surprised, but I didn't think it was actually going to happen. Wow. Congrats to Eli Willits out of Fort Cobb Broxton High School. He's really good. And let's see, Callis and Mayo, they were wrong. They both had the Nationals going with Anderson. Eli Willits is the first overall pick out of Fort Cobb Broxton High School in Oklahoma. So that eliminates one of the shortstops. Brian, do you think the Angels might take a pitcher? I think they're going to go Anderson now. If the Mariners do the Mariners get Hernandez? Oh man, this is tough. So I'm going to play out a scenario right now that's worst case for the Marlins. Nationals just drafted Willits. If Brian's right and the Angels go with a pitcher, then you're going to have Cade Anderson 2. Let's say Seth Hernandez goes 3. I think the Rockies take Holliday. I think Holliday doesn't go by the Rockies. And then 5, 6, guess who's there? Cardinals and Pirates. Both want infielders. You could have the Cardinals get JoJo Parker or Carlson, and the Pirates get the other. Marlins out with, they don't have Hernandez, they don't have Willits, Carlson, or Parker. Now what do? Do you go Arquette? I think that's where you go Aiva Arquette. I think. Maybe you go Ike Irish. Maybe. It depends what they want to do here. I'm just, wow. I did not think that was going to happen. Trying to get the draft tracker up here. Let's see. Wow. I just need one of these guys, man. We need to draft a stud. It's got to be a stud, man. So the pick value for the Marlins at 7.15 million. That's the approximate slot value. Yeah, Frankie better draft the right player. This is his second draft. You know, he had last year and I didn't like it. I really didn't. But this is a huge opportunity. They got to capitalize. I like that pick by the Nationals because, I mean, I like Willits as a prospect. I wouldn't have taken him number 1 overall. I wouldn't have taken Willits number 1. I would have taken Holliday. Just pay up the money. But in their mind, what they're thinking is the difference between Ethan Holliday and Eli Willits long term, the gap is closer than they think. Pick is in for the Angels. Yep, it's going to be announced here very soon. Who do you think the Angels are going to get? I think it's going to be Cade Anderson. You think Willits is the best player in the draft? He's really good. I mean, I wouldn't argue strongly against it. I think Holliday has a higher ceiling. Here we go. To the board. It's got to be Cade Anderson, right? Wow. Are you kidding me? Tyler Brenner? The Angels selected Tyler Brenner. He's a college pitcher. They're going under slot again. He's a righty out of UC Santa Barbara. I thought he was kind of a mid first round pick, not the second overall. Because I didn't have him as the number one college pitcher, let alone pitcher in this draft. I do, and that's wow. So this is what the Angels are doing. They're saying, okay, Tyler Brenner, we think he's closer to the major leagues than Anderson and everybody else, because that's what they do. They accelerate these guys through their system. I'm just shocked. Wow. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not saying Tyler Brenner's not a bad pitcher, but he's not the number 2 prospect. He's not the number 2 pick. That's not what you're trying to do. I think the Mariners are going to go to Seth Hernandez, but I'm 0 for 2 right now. I thought the Nationals were going to go Anderson or Holliday, and I was wrong. And now I thought the Angels were going to go Cade Anderson. I was wrong, so I don't know. Imagine Holliday falls. Who said that earlier in the chat? Does that reach help us a lot now? I don't know if it helps us directly because we still have the Cardinals and Pirates ahead of us. But it changes the dynamic of the draft because a team now is going to say, okay, is Cade Anderson or do we go with Cade Anderson? Do the Mariners go with Cade Anderson and pass up Hernandez? That could help us if the Mariners go with Cade Anderson. Wow. Going to stop for the ad real quick. Don't go anywhere. Angel's going to angel. I just see that's what I was saying earlier in the week. This draft, you don't know. It's not a cookie cutter draft. People are saying there's no like elite slam dunk pick like, Steven Strasburg or, a couple of years ago, Paul Skeens. But it's deep. This draft is deep. There's a lot of good players. Mariners are about to make their selection. Let's go. They got to go Hernandez, right? That's the draft lottery, my friend. The draft lottery. You can't leave your fate in the hands of luck. And that's exactly what the Marlins did. The Marlins should be a number 2 overall pick, number 3. Yep, now they're at 7. Well, that's what it is. It's all about their underslot. Both these teams went underslot with the first 2 overall picks. That's got to be what's going on. Has to be. So the Nationals did have 11 million. So they didn't have a ton of money to work with compared to a team like the Marlins, for example. All right, Seattle's about to announce. Here we go. I called it. Cade Anderson. Seth Hernandez might fall. Rockies on the clock. It is a good pick by Seattle. Open the door by the Angels. Angels open the door. Mariners walk through. Mariners with 17 million, so they can 17 million in bonus pool money. They can pay up. They're going to sign Cade Anderson to full slot value. I like that pick by the Mariners. The reason why I kept saying Anderson was going to go to, or Hernandez was going to go to Seattle is because I assumed Cade Anderson was going to the Angels or the Nationals. That's a great pick by the Mariners, though. And I think that helps. The Marlins. He was dominant in the College World Series, dominant all season long for LSU. He's going to move through the system real quickly. And Seattle's a pitching factory. They know how to develop their pitchers. It's a lefty. LSU's produced some studs. I mean, Paul Skeens, Alex Bregman. I'm looking at the screen here. Kevin Gausman went to LSU. I didn't know Gausman was a LSU Tiger. Stronghold. St. Louis takes JoJo Parker. So here's my thing, right? I think St. Louis is going to take Parker or Carlson. But if they do, then that's fine. Seth Hernandez, right there for you. Right there. We are a pitching factory. I have complete faith in how we develop pitchers. We just developed Thomas White into arguably the best left-handed pitching prospect in baseball. Marco, if we get Ethan somehow, I think Ethan Holliday is a Rocky. But you never know. You never know. So let's take a look at this mock draft here. So that's where Brenner was projected to go at 11 by Jim Callis. Brenner was projected to go 11. Willits is gone. Both these guys project Holliday to be the selection. Arquette is the other bat he's heard as a possibility. Pick is in. Here we go. Few picks away, guys. It's clear that they're going under slot. Now, the Rockies. The Rockies have plenty of money, more than the Marlins. They are 15 million, almost 16 million. They're right behind the Nationals. So they got money. It's not like they're strapped for cash here. I'm looking at some of these teams. For example, the Astros. Astros, Padres don't have a ton of money to spend in this one. They really got to spread it out. Rockies made their selection, just waiting for the announcement. Is Billy the Marlin at the draft in Atlanta? That'd be pretty cool. Good old Billy. Oh, there's the Rockies mascots at the draft doing his dance. Dinger the Dino. Oh, boy. I need Seth Hernandez, man. Seth Hernandez, JoJo Parker, Billy Carlson. Here we go. Come on, Marlins. 3 picks away. The guys on the MLB Network show, they're talking a lot about the bonus pool and how that affects the draft. We saw that last year. We saw that last year with the Marlins and why they drafted PJ Morlando. But my perspective on this situation, you have to go best player available. Here we go. Colorado Rockies. 4th pick, the Rockies select Ethan Holliday. There he goes. Holliday is a Rocky. Just like his dad, Matt Holliday, Colorado Rockies legend. That makes sense. St. Louis Cardinals on the clock. Ethan Holliday is a Rocky. That makes sense. I thought it was going to happen. Great pick by the Rockies. Now we got St. Louis. Collusion with his agent and his dad. The thing is, it's like you want to be first overall, but now you're in a hitter-friendly park. You're gonna mash in Colorado, and your dad went there. I mean, that's in your blood. That's your team. Both Holidays. Look at that. What a family. Your dad is a elite player for many years. Both kids, top 5 picks. Jackson was the 1st overall. Ethan the 4th overall. Cardinals are on the clock. They're comparing Ethan Holliday to Corey Seager. Seth Hernandez is there. That's a good comp. Corey Seager, you absolutely take that pick if you're the Rockies. You'd love to have a Corey Seager type bat at this point in the draft. At number 4, absolutely. Blue chip prospect. I think Seth Hernandez is going to be there. I think Seth Hernandez is going to fall to 7. Here's the question. Is Frankie Pilieri going to hit full send and do it? Is he going to take a right-handed prep arm? It's a risk. It's no doubt a risk. But I think you got to. Best high school prospect, righty. Best right-handed pitcher out of the prep ranks since Hunter Green. Who do you think the Cardinals are going to take, guys? You don't think Hernandez is going to be their stronghold? Who do you think? Do you think the Cardinals take him? Who do we have left out of the 4 that I said? I said Carlson, Parker, Willits, Hernandez. One of those 4 are going to be on the board. Parker, Jamie Arnold. I think it's going to be Parker. I think you guys are right. Stronghold and Brian. Yep. I think it's going to be JoJo Parker. AJ, yeah, Mason Wynn is a shortstop. Not the best with the bat, but he's got a good glove. He's got a cannon of an arm. I think the Cardinals take JoJo Parker. I think the Pirates, I think they go Carlson. And I think the Marlins have to make a decision to grab Seth Hernandez or Aiva Arquette. I would not... Irish, it depends. It depends on who's on the board. Because I think if both shortstops are gone, Ike Irish could be the pick. Him, Arquette, or Hernandez. If the Marlins want to take the risk with Seth Hernandez. It wouldn't be an awful pick, but I'd rather Arquette at number 7. Here we go. St. Louis Cardinals. Rob Manfred walking out, about to make the selection here. The 5th overall pick, the St. Louis Cardinals select Liam Doyle. Wow. Okay. He's a left-handed pitcher out of the University of Tennessee, throws absolute gas. But I did not think they were going to get a pitcher at number 5. I thought they were going to go middle of the infield, shortstop, one of those profiles. He's a college pitcher, throws absolute gas. He's a workhorse. He's a good pitcher. But it's not JoJo Parker. It's not JoJo Parker. 5th overall pick, Liam Doyle. It's all lining up, guys. The Pirates make a bad pick. We can get Carlson or JoJo. We're going to get... One of those two is going to be available. Pirates pick Arquette. Do you guys want a shortstop? Do you guys want a shortstop or do you want a pitcher? Do you want Seth Hernandez? The only reason I'm saying pitcher is because I think the upside for Seth Hernandez is a Cy Young contender all-star Hunter Green type. I think he can be better than Hunter Green. JoJo Parker, I love the bat. Carlson, I love the glove. The bat could be developed. It's not bad, but it is behind JoJo Parker. I just don't want to be shocked. I don't want to be shocked, but this is the way this draft has been going. We don't know what's going on. Pirates on the clock. Yeah, I like JoJo more with the bat. I think his hit tool is much better than Carlson. The question with JoJo Parker is he going to stick at shortstop long term? Maybe. It doesn't really matter to me if they move him to third and he still hits, because he's going to produce okay power, but he's not a power hitter. They want to develop that power. Marco wants Seth or Aiva. Aiva Arquette. What makes you like Aiva? I'm not saying he's a bad prospect, but do you want him over JoJo Parker? I would surprise me. Stronghold. If we take Jamie Arnold, I'm going to cry. Yeah. Jamie Arnold, good pitcher. You don't take him with the number 7 pick. You just don't. Not with how the board is lining up, not with how everything is lining up for you at number 7. Let's go back to the mock draft here really quick. There we go. So this was the mock draft. The Marlins, they had him going Arquette or Carlson. So Callis thinks that Carlson's the fallback option. Jamie Arnold 8 to the Jays. And this is with Parker on the board, by the way. So Jonathan Mayo and Jim Callis both think JoJo Parker could fall to number 10. And the Marlins just pass over him completely. It's not that Aiva Arquette is a bad prospect. I just think the upside for a JoJo Parker, in my opinion, is more. I think Arquette is good. He was a really good Pirates hitter. But I don't know if you take him at number 7 if JoJo Parker's on the board. This is crazy. This never fails to disappoint. I've been shocked. Willits number 1. Tyler Brenner number 2. What is going on with that? Arquette, yeah, I don't know how his game is going to translate long term to Major League pitching. That's the thing. It's absolutely best player available. Best player available at number 7. The Pirates are offensively starved. I'd be shocked if they don't go a bat here. But you got to look at the slot value and how much money they got. $14 million. Here we go. Pirates making their selection. Do they go under slot? Hernandez gone. 6th overall pick, the Pirates select Seth Hernandez. Marlins on the clock. Here we go. They did exactly what I wanted the Marlins to do. They believed in Seth Hernandez. We were one player away, and you know what that means. Seth Hernandez is going to be a Cy Young winner, multiple all-star pitcher for years to come, drafted one spot ahead of the Marlins. But now we're going shortstop. Has to be a shortstop. It's JoJo Parker. We got to go JoJo. I'm on the JoJo train right now. JoJo Parker. We want JoJo Parker. If we get Carlson, I'm okay with it, and I'm still happy. JoJo or Carlson, I'm happy. 1,000%, Brian. But I prefer Parker. Seth Hernandez to the Pirates. It's a great pick. Great pick by Pittsburgh. I thought he was going to Seattle. He slid to 6. Pittsburgh couldn't pass him up. He's that good. All right, here we go. Marlins, number 7 on the clock. Stronghold. I want Parker. But Carlson, I'm okay with. What I don't want to see happen is a college bat. I don't want to see Arquette, and I don't want to see Irish in this scenario. I'm really excited. Here we go. We're going to lock in. Got to lock in here. Come on, Frankie. got to be a shortstop. Only one pick for Seth Hernandez. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's that good. Great job by the Pirates. I wanted him. He was the number one on my board. So the Nationals are saying that Eli Willits was just the number one player on their board in general over Ethan Holliday. And that's what the Marlins said last year with with PJ Morlando. So of course they're going to say that. Maybe they're right. It was still a great pick, but I think they did want to go a little bit under slot. I've never seen an interim GM before. Come on, let's get to the Marlins pick. Come on. It's got to be JoJo. AJ, we're on the JoJo train over here. We want JoJo Parker, but Billy Carlson is still good. Still good. He's still a good prospect. But JoJo Parker has, like, his hit tool's really, really good. Here we go. Here we go. Are you kidding me? Aiva Arquette. What? Why? You have JoJo Parker right there. He fell. Billy Carlson fell. And you go Arquette. I don't get it. I want to be excited for the newest edition of the Marlins. I do. But it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why are we passing up on JoJo? That's what I want to know. Why? All right. Let's check Twitter. Let's check. What are we doing here? What do we got? Aiva Arquette. Fish on first isn't happy either. everybody's happy that we're getting Arquette. Am I the only one that's saying here, like, why are we doing this? He's not going to be a shortstop long term. I mean, he's got to really, really, really hit. Really hit. Jeez. So let me tell you a little bit about Aiva Arquette. Keep mispronouncing his name. So he's out of Oregon State. Just putting this on Twitter. Number 7. Marlins select. So he's 6'5", 220 pounds. He was one of the best college hitters in the country this season. He swings from the right-handed side. They project him to hit potentially 20 to 25 homers. Everybody's happy about it. I wanted JoJo Parker. That's my preference. That's who I wanted them to go with. I think Parker has a higher ceiling in terms of just his hit tool offensively. And I really thought they were going to go a prep bat. It's a little surprising they're going college. But this is what they went with. Interesting. Marlins don't pick again until 40. So with the 40th pick, this is where I'm wondering, hey, do you go with a pitcher? Do you go with somebody like Riley Quick, maybe? Aiva Arquette, and there goes JoJo. Toronto Blue Jays select JoJo Parker. JoJo Parker goes to the Blue Jays. Marlins have Aiva Arquette. With the number 9th overall pick, Blue Jays go with JoJo Parker. Sandwiched right between Seth Hernandez and JoJo Parker, the Marlins get Aiva Arquette. I wanted Parker. I'm trying to think why they did this. If they really think Arquette's gonna be the best option for you at 7, I guess I get that. I understand that they're they need offense. It just feels like a slight reach. Pick is in for the Reds. So Arquette did produce at Oregon State. Oregon State is a college baseball factory. He was one of the best hitters in college baseball, if not the best hitter. He's right up there with Ike Irish. It's interesting. I'm going to read you the numbers right here. So he started Where'd my tab go? Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the numbers. Aiva Arquette. There we go. So like I said, yeah, he's out of Hawaii, 6'5", 220. He's a good hitter. There's no doubt about that. I don't understand why my numbers, he hit well over 300. I'm trying to get his stats pulled up so I can give you the right information here. He was drafted back in 2022 in the 18th round. So this is actually his second time getting drafted. It's just interesting. So he started his career at Washington, transferred to Oregon State, hit 354, an OBP of 461, slugged 654, 19 home runs, 17 doubles. He has a ton of pop. He's not a super great runner. Colin, you don't mind Arquette. He'll be moved to third. Yeah, his max EV is good. So he's a masher. But in college, I don't know exactly what his ceiling is going to be compared to a JoJo Parker, who is still on the board. I really wanted Parker, who I thought had a better hit tool than Arquette over the grand scheme of things. Yeah, he mashes baseballs. High barrel rates and bat speed. Yeah. He hits the ball hard. Jacob Berry hit the ball hard too. I'm not gonna sit here and compare Arquette to Berry, but another college bat. Last year at 16 was the time to go grab a college bat. Carson Bench. That was my pick, or Ryan Waldschmidt. I really liked Ryan Waldschmidt. It's all right. So he's got plus power. He's got plus power from the right-handed side. I mean, obviously he's a big dude. He's adjusted to, he doesn't strike out a ton. And the question, though, with the power, how does the hit tool translate? So slight fish on first. The guys over there rated his hit tool slightly below average as one of his weaknesses. And of course, he might outgrow the shortstop position. Yeah, that's going to end up happening. Cincinnati Reds are picking here. Wow. The 9th overall pick, the Reds select Steele Hall, shortstop. One of the fastest players in this draft. Steele Hall goes to the Reds. Carlson is still sliding, by the way. Carlson is still sliding. This was number 8. So the Blue Jays had 8. The Cardinals get their guy, Steele Hall, with the number 8 overall pick. Or number 9, rather. Carlson is still sliding. Am I missing something with JoJo Parker? Did the Marlins just truly feel like they wanted Arquette over Parker? Is it a power thing? It could be worse. And it's not bad. Let me rephrase how I reacted a little bit here. Aiva Arquette's good. He's a good college bat, and I really like the power. He's a masher. He's kind of the prototypical masher that's gonna produce. The question is, when he adjusts to minor league and major league pitching, how is that hit tool going to play? And it's not a detriment as much to him as it is taking away from JoJo Parker. Arquette's 21 years old, as Stronghold says. I mean, he's not necessarily young. Parker's a young guy. He's a prep guy. I think the hit tool is loud. It's explosive. He's gonna produce right off the jump. I didn't see a ton of holes, in his swing. It just looked fluid. But Arquette, I'm intrigued. I got to say that. But I did want Parker. But now it's aboard the Aiva Arquette train. Aiva Arquette. And that's the thing. Nick Kurtz, Cam Smith, they're both in the majors. Arquette's not even close to that level. Chris, maybe they feel he can be a better fit than Parker with his power, and they chose college over high school bat. So yes, that's the thing with JoJo Parker, is he doesn't have a ton of pop. But I think that can develop. And scouts said, JoJo can get into that 20-25 home run power eventually. Obviously, that you have Arquette with more power. He's a bigger dude. No, I don't think it was money. I think Arquette's going to go full slot. Full slot. Brian, you're glad it was college over high school? For hitters, it's different. It's tough to really quantify college hitters based on their production, because it's just a different game. You have the metal bats. You have, your pitching just isn't there. It's a huge difference, and that's why so many of these guys go play in the Cape Cod League, go play summer ball in Wood Bats leagues over the summer in the off season, and that's what stands them out to a lot of these scouts. Experience is much more important to pitchers than hitters in the draft. That's true. That's 100% true. And I do think that the Marlins aren't taking Arquette because of experience or just the fact that he was a college bat. It has to be something to do with having questions over JoJo Parker's power, and Arquette provides that power. He is the masher in the lineup. But it just felt like I don't know. Felt like they passed up on somebody really good. That's just my opinion of it. White Sox making their pick. And there goes Carlson. Billy Carlson is the 10th overall pick. He goes to the Chicago White Sox. Great pick. If Seth was there, would they have taken him, or would they still have taken a position player? I don't know. That's my question. Because now we know that they wanted Arquette over Carlson. They wanted Arquette over Parker. And they passed. So would they have passed for Hernandez? Would they have taken Aiva Arquette over Hernandez? I don't know. I would like to think they would have taken Hernandez, but it sounds like, based on what I'm seeing, Arquette was the guy. He was the number one guy from the start. All right, looking at the numbers here with Arquette.
Down to betting on the bat, as you guys have mentioned, and it's a bat that
Zone contact rate 84.5. Chase rate 24.2% of the time. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. 19 homers, max exit velocity 112.9, hits the ball hard. The numbers aren't bad. Can't really complain about, him as a pitcher or as a hitter against pitching, at the elite college ranks. But it depends. Time's going to tell. I'm surprised they passed up on those two shortstops, but now we just need Arquette and the pick to just roll. He needs to hit the ground rolling. Can't be stalling. He's got to move through this system quickly. That's a big thing for me. If you're taking a college bat, right? You don't want him to be spending 2 years in low A, high A. You want Arquette to be in double A at some point next season. That's if not triple A. William, do you think Aiva will stick at short or go to third? I think he's going to go to third. That's another interesting piece why the Marlins made this deal and this selection is like you have Arquette, you take him at number 7, but he's not going to be your shortstop of the future. I don't know. You want him to stick at short, but I think he's going to move off the third. He's just a big dude. He's 6'5". He's outgrown the position. How quick till he gets to the majors? For Arquette, I'd be 28, 29. No, I think it's got to be sooner than that. It's got to be. I mean, he's played 4 years of college baseball. I'm looking at 2027 at the earliest. Maybe the trust in Caba. Caba's so bad. Offensively, Caba's just not good. He's not what they wanted. That Luzardo trade, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. It was a mistake by this organization. They should have never done it. Not at that time. And this from William is exactly why I'm nervous. We can't have another Jacob Berry situation. You can't. Dang, man. I hope this works out. I really hope this works out. Everybody seems to be ecstatic. I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic. Yeah, so it is what it is. Select Jamie Arnold. Am I staying live for all the Marlins picks? Yes, I am, Colin. I'll be right here. I'll be right here doing the live stream. So I'm trying to give Arquette the benefit of the doubt. But JoJo Parker's a better prospect. He's a better prospect than Aiva Arquette. And he just is. I don't know, guys. It wasn't for me, the best player available is a slam dunk this draft. But the way the board lined up, and like what I'm saying is like you didn't know who the best player available was going to be. And the way the board lined up, it was very clear to me that it was JoJo Parker, in my opinion. Jamie Arnold goes to the A's. Yeah, if we took Ike Irish at number 7, given the options we had on the board, I was gonna be surprised. And Bremner, Angels, yeah, they fumbled that pick, going with Tyler Bremner. Yeah, guys, I might be on the like the outside looking in for this in terms of Marlins fans and Marlins media, because I like Arquette. I'm gonna get behind the pick, but this is the live stream. This is the live, reaction, and I wanted Parker. I'm gonna say it. I wanted JoJo Parker. Am I surprised Willits went number 1? Yes, I am. I thought they were gonna go Holliday. But I understand, like, Willits is a great player and he's worthy of a top selection. Just didn't think they were going to pull the trigger with the first overall pick. Peter Bendick says, I'm very excited right now because we just drafted the best college position player in the draft. Can do a lot of different things. Play shortstop, really hit, great person, and someone that is exactly what we were looking for. All right, Arquette. Gavin Feen going to the Texas Rangers, third baseman. Or shortstop, rather, out of high school. Best college position player. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really deny that. It's hard to deny that. But like I said, going with the best position player out of college is risky. The Marlins have swung and missed at this before. College bats aren't a slam dunk. They're just not. Bendix isn't wrong. They got what they wanted. Now we got to see how it pans out. Absolutely. Here we go. We're aboard the Aiva Arquette train right now. You think Aiva has upside like PJ? I mean, 2 different players, PJ being from high school, but the power is definitely there. Definitely there. And I see that, and I see why the Marlins selected him. But I looked at somebody like JoJo Parker, and he was right on the board. I thought slam dunk they were going Parker or Carlson. Hell of a win today. Way to go into the All-Star break. Keep swimming upstream. Absolutely. Awesome win. Marlins take the series 2 out of 3. You love winning. Man, everybody wanted Arquette, it seemed. Or not wanted Arquette, but's happy with Arquette. I'm not saying Arquette's bad again. I'm excited. It's just wait and see. It's a risk. It's a big risk to me, I think. So does he go full slot value at 7? Does Arquette go full slot value? I'm not sure. There is questions with him, but there's questions with every prospect. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to keep it 100% here right now. When it comes to Aiva Arquette, what separates him from Jacob Berry or JJ Bleday as a college bat, as one of the best college bats in the NCAA and in the draft? Any word on Thomas White? Any of our pitching prospects? Noble seems to have fallen off the face of the earth. Meyer came back from the injured list. I think he went 2 innings. He was on the injured list for a little bit. Nothing crazy, nothing serious. Thomas White is in Double-A. He's balling. Chris, what would I rate it out of 10? Okay. I'm gonna go 6.5. 6.5. Because of JoJo Parker's availability, and I really wanted him. He is going to move quick, Jacob. There's no doubt about that, but here's the thing. He has to move quick. If he doesn't, then it's like you swing and miss. He's got to go in, and where do you start him? Does he start in high A? You would assume high A. I don't think he's gonna be low A. All right, the Giants are drafting. Gavin Keelan, shortstop, Tennessee. Rays on the clock. It's a good pick by the Giants. Good pick for where they are. I want to really get behind this Arquette pick, guys. I want to get behind this Arquette pick. I'm excited. I'm excited for what he brings. I just want him to produce. He's got to produce from the ground running. Trying to do some more Aiva Arquette research here. Get as much as I can on this guy. Let's see what happens. What's funny with Oregon State, I do have a connection there because I'm from there, from Oregon. Both my sister and my brother go to Oregon State. So my sister, I don't know if she had a class with Travis Bazzana, but she definitely knew who he was. She remembered seeing him. And then he went number 1 overall to the Guardians. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. So I'd have to ask her if she knows who Aiva is. Watched him play in the Supers, and he was the reason they went to the College World Series. I assume you're talking about Arquette? And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's good. He's good. He's a good college bat, and I just hope that's going to translate over to the majors, over to professional baseball. He started off as a Washington Husky. I can't stand Washington. Big Oregon Ducks fan. Oh, William, do you think Carter Johnson will make his adjustments? I spent a lot on his cards. Oh man, it's rock bottom for Carter Johnson right now. Sitting under 200 for Jupiter. It's not good. Not good at all. I hope he turns it around. He was my favorite pick in the draft a season ago, but nothing's worked out for him. Just looks overmatched. And this is low A Jupiter. Chris says that Arquette's going to start off in high A and has to progress quickly for it to be a solid pick. That's what I'm saying. It's gotta be something where we're sitting here next season and Arquette, there's talk of him, making moves to AAA or producing at a high level. It's gotta hit the ground running. It's got to hit the ground running with Arquette. There's no real, margin for error. At almost 22 years old. Let's see here. Aiva Arquette. So if he pulls the ball a lot, that power is going to continue playing. That power will play if he pulls the ball. I mean, he could be a 30, 35 home run guy. And you're going to take that. The question is the hit tool going to continue? Is the hit tool going to line up? And where does he fit in defensively? That's kind of where I am. Is like, are you going to stick at shortstop? Or are you going to move to third? So I'm reading this. This is from Bleacher Report. This comparison for Aiva Arquette, Carlos Correa. Jacob, do we think Marcy and Matt come up over the break? It feels like it's time. I think Marcy, yes. Joe Mack, no. Not until we get some clarity with the catching situation. Here's the Rays pick. Daniel Pierce, shortstop out of Mill Creek High School in Georgia. So the Rays get the prep shortstop. Marlins go college bat. Interesting how that lined up here. That's the number 14th pick. .65, the hit tool is going to be the key. He's got really great range, but I think you try and make it simple for him on the defensive side, and we need a third baseman. Yeah. So that's the thing. Do you keep Arquette short, or do you just move him to third right now and say, all right, go mash. Just go out and hit. Don't just play quality defense at third and go hit. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping Arquette just destroys minor league pitching. There shouldn't be an area or a level in the minor leagues in which he struggles. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Let's see some reactions from... Everybody likes Arquette. I'm fine with that. But it's a bet. You're betting that bat pays off. Hopefully it does. Arquette fits the timeline of 2027. Hopefully one of the shortstop kids can make it happen in the next 2 years. Ernesto, do you think Otto gets traded? No. No, I don't think Otto gets traded. He's having a really good season in terms of his power output. That's what I really like. He plays that great defense and he has the power. And like Colin says, his replacement, Max Acosta in AAA, has underperformed. I don't think Max is ready. I don't think he would survive at the major league level. You think Arquette makes the big leagues next year? Could be. If he really hits. So I'm going to go for a little monologue here about the Marlins and this draft, or this pick, this selection. My initial reaction was, why? JoJo Parker was right there. But I think Aiva Arquette is a really exciting bat with a ton of pop and could progress through this system fast. Now, it all depends on the bat. If he struggles, if the hit tool slacks and it's just kind of power reliant, then we'll have issues with the selection. But overall, I can live with it, and I'm happy that we got Arquette. He was right below my guy JoJo Parker and Billy Carlson. So not the guy I wanted, but I'm definitely excited. I'm excited and I'm happy that we got, a potential game changer in the farm. So we're gonna see what happens, and I'm excited for the future and him to get into the system and just start playing ball. He could be good. He could be great. He could be great. Doesn't change my reaction that I wanted Parker, but I do like Arquette now that, he's a Marlin, obviously, and the potential is there for him to be really good. I'm going to wrap up the live stream. I know we are talking about, the comp picks, but I'll react to them on Twitter. But I wanted to do this live stream here for a good hour and a half, and kind of build up to the number 7 pick, discuss it with you guys and all that. It's been fun. It's been really fun. And let's go. Aiva Arquette is a Miami Marlin. Do I think it's safe to buy a Stowers jersey? I think so. If you want to buy him, I think he's going to be around. I don't think he trades it. They're going to trade him. Got to retire the Arias jersey. But yeah, hit me up on X at Jeremiah Geiger 2. I'm going to be doing some Aiva Arquette breakdowns and try to read up about this guy as much as I can. And I'm excited. Let's go. We made our selection. And it's all about what's the next step? What's the next, part of this process? I appreciate all you guys, all the everyday listeners, everybody that's been in this chat talking some baseball. But the Marlins made their selection, and it's a long while to their next one. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you. Aiva Arquette is a Miami Marlin. Let's go fish.